welcome to the third part of Super Lesbian Horse RPG. If you've been watching before, that's where the regular random RPGmaker ends. That's a good starting point, the same amount I've gone for the other nostalgic games. The rest of the stuff here is totally optional. I just went and played the rest of the game because I liked the game and I was really happy. If it even makes you happy too, you keep on watching too. And without further ado, let's continue. Also, a thing I saw in the last few hours since then is I saw the TV Tropes page that was saying the first scene that Javis ever appears, it's so clear from his first line of dialogue that he's a complete manipulator, he's such a devious villain. And I'm like, they must have changed the scene a lot in the final version then, because I did not get manipulator at all from any of that. If anything, I got this guy is too stupid to manipulate anyone. He doesn't understand anything about our world. He doesn't even get that, like, his enemies are right in front of him and he could have stopped them right now. He doesn't understand basic idioms from this universe. And it was just like, oh, he's a manipulator because he says, oh, he guilts you about beating up his soldiers. I'm like, nothing in that felt like it wasn't him 100% genuinely just actually saying and thinking that. Like, the funny thing of him is that he's so petty, he doesn't get the bigger picture. He doesn't get the, like, yeah, your soldiers were attacking us, of course we're gonna fight back. It didn't seem like I fully know exactly what I'm doing and I'm gaslighting you into my evil, devious plan. And also, like, you were a jerk by beating up his soldiers for no reason. Like, I saw that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't even question it. I went into the scary glitch dimension, I just assumed that everyone walking around attacking me was, like, evil super monsters. I didn't know they were an army of, like sentient beings of some guy standing over there. Like, hey, yeah, I did walk out of my way to go encounter all of those and beat up every single one of them, where I could have just not. If they're just literal random workers, like, building a dungeon, for all I know, none of those guys wanted to fight me in the first place, and he might actually have a point. It's still, again, a funny, warped morality stupid point, though, because, of course, everyone just was lost in the dungeon, and these guys attacked them, and, like, yeah. But, yeah, I went out of my way to attack the ones that weren't attacking me. I figured the entire intent of that scene was to make you go, oh yeah, actually, I'm questioning the mechanics of video games a bit. That would have been a bad thing to do in real life. So I'm pretty secure in my interpretation of Javis, at least in this version, as like just a guy who has a blue and orange morality system. Where it's like not black and white, it's something totally different. He doesn't get how things work here. He legit thinks what he's doing is actually right. I'm totally imagining that's going to be, like, when they reveal he's the villain, he's doing all this, it's going to be like, well, what's wrong with me walking into your world and setting up a dungeon? That's just normal. What's wrong with me making my boss take over your dimension? My boss is better, actually. They'll run it better than you, and stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of petty, funny humour I'm anticipating is going to happen with him. And I'm excited to see more scenes of him. I can't remember, actually, if this was the point where I stopped playing back in the day, or if it was after the next dungeon, whatever. I have no memory of what happens after this, except you go back to town, you get some fourth person in your party. But yeah, I'm also excited to see the final version. Like, what if they did completely change this scene to have a totally different interpretation of Javis? It might just be, though, TV Tropes sometimes has very bad takes about games. I've also gone to talk to a second friend who's played the game, and she said, oh, no, Javis didn't seem totally unredeemable. He just seemed like a regular, funny, petty guy. I'm getting my hopes that they may have actually not changed him in the final version. I may have just been misled by a friend who just didn't happen to like the character. Not intentionally, I'm not saying my friend is bad or anything, but just, hey, there's different opinions. I didn't even think about that. Like, I was just assuming it must be a change. But it could just be that, like, I'm the only person who liked original Javis, and, like, final Javis is exactly the same, and people still didn't like that version. I wasn't thinking about that because Javis is really not in any way fitting my usual formula for a character I irrationally like, just like I like tropes and stuff. Like, he's not a mad scientist, he's not a grandpa, he's not even really a monster, he's an object head, and I'm not really a fan of object heads. I'm also not a huge fan of, like, petty, grumpy, mean guys, but for some reason he's entertaining to me. Like, that's what made me go, like, oh, maybe this is, like, an objectively entertaining man who other people would like, but I don't know. There's also the possibility I didn't think about. Maybe the reason he was the only guy who had merchandise in the old version is just because he was an original design. You can't really make merchandise of all the fan characters, the main cast. But still, I am going to be holding him on. Maybe he actually was popular, maybe he was liked, and maybe he'll continue to be that way in the final version. Anyway, that's my ramble of random internet research I did about Javis, because I like Javis. I hope I'll continue liking Javis as I continue playing the game. I'm very hyperactive and talking in circles, as you can tell. I'm sorry that every single episode of this is going to be me talking super fast about a million things and having a wonderful time. Wait, I'm not sorry about that, that's actually good. I am back! I have consumed cheese! Now we begin! Yeah. Okay, so we just got out of the thing, and Twilight said to meet us at, let's wander around and see if there's any more new dialogue and stuff. She said to meet her at a library house. Okay, I guess we can't. Straight to a library house then. Yeah, we knew. Oh, I know he's the guy, because Spike was also in G1 of My Little Pony. He had a totally different design. I liked him better. He wasn't as annoying. From what I've seen of clips of him, they made him like a cliche guy who has a crush on a girl and is really bratty about it. That wasn't his plot in the original series. He was just a generic mascot. He wasn't good or anything in the original series, but I liked his design a bit more when the eyes weren't so big, and he wasn't bad. He wasn't good, but he also wasn't bad. So it's a shame to hear that happened to him. Maybe he does get better in later seasons. Maybe he's one of those characters that people end up liking eventually. But I remember when I was first playing this game, there was a lot of people going, "Oh, Spike is terrible," and showing clips where he did indeed seem terrible. So I feel sad for the guy. Hi, Spike. Hey, you two are looking for Twilight, right? She's upstairs right now. Any idea what she wants? Going on and on about some weird guy you met yesterday. I don't know how to explain it as well to her though. She probably just asked herself, well, it's something she looked up in a book and she's found out Javis is working for so and so, and then the plot gets rolling. I'm not sure how much further I'd played beyond this point. Oh, you can't inspect the bookshelves. I know someone sat on a big chair and I have no idea when that happens. Or who, or why. Okay, no more inspectable stuff here. What do you want to talk us about, Twilight? It's Javis. I also like talking about Javis. What about him? I'm checking every book and like, yeah, my knowledge from this point onwards is obviously because that's when the devlogs ended. I haven't been able to like refresh myself, so it's probably going to be little tiny moments I remember amidst a big pile of stuff I have no clue. I'm checking every book in the library for some kind of explanation for what happened yesterday. I haven't slept. Did you find anything? That's the problem, I couldn't find a single lead. Spooky. It's a lot more than just spooky, Rainbow Dash. What if Javis comes back? What if this time he doesn't just screw around in some underground caves? What if he comes on to Pony Town next? Well, you were pretty hyped about a dungeon yesterday. What's with a sudden change of heart? I'm all for dungeons, but turning a town into one? Not so much. I only want to turn my friends' houses into one. Plus, Javis said this dungeon was just a transitional phase. What, a dungeon's not good enough for him? He has to turn into something else to be satisfied? Just who does this guy think he is? Sorry to interrupt, but what if Javis wants to get revenge for all that trouble we caused yesterday? Exactly, we have no idea where he is or what he's planning on doing next. Exactly, like, it didn't feel like Javis was just guilting us and he was actually evil the whole time. It felt like Javis was genuinely confused why we were in his house and didn't get that he had, like, accidentally linked his dungeon to somebody else's dungeon. Or he didn't know that his dungeon was occupied and he was just taking it over or something. And then he just politely let us leave and didn't get that this was in any way relevant to his big plan. It is very funny, like, eventually he's gonna bump into us and be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to stop you guys, right? Exactly, we have no idea where he is or what he's planning on doing next. So what are we going to do about this? Simple, we just have to find James again and figure out what he's up to. If he seems harmless, we leave him alone, but if he's dangerous, well, we might have to place him under royal arrest. Is that just like regular arrest because you stuck royal on the front because you're a princess? No. Twilight, I thought you said we have no idea where Javis is right now. That's only partially true. I don't know exactly where he is, but I do have a vague idea. Where do you think he is? Wherever he's doing, it seems like he wants to avoid being found. So where on the Equus Islands would someone go to avoid ponies? Beyond that mysterious border place! Oh no, you don't mean the border place! You ever go to the border place? I don't know if I remember that or just deduced it with my mind. You mean a big island with the monsters? Precisely. I think I played one more dungeon after. There was some kind of, was it called the Uncanny Valley? It was some kind of pun like that. And there was a mummy. There was an enemy that was a mummy. And a puzzle that had orange and purple. And someone sat on a big chair. I'm not going crazy, you guys. Twilight, we just went on a dangerous adventure yesterday. We nearly died. Can't you ask our other friends to go with you for this one? Let Rainbow and me have a day off? Well, the whole course of the game would go differently if she did. That would have actually been a cool solution to the problem that, oh, you could only have 4 party members. It would just be like, and then you don't play as Fluttershy for a bit, and then all the ones you haven't seen so far join the party, and then it wouldn't have made the one last one you get feel so out of place, because it would be, oh, you get like 2 more guys, or whatever, and they all hang out, and there's loads of stuff. But I guess because Fluttershy is a protagonist, she always have to stay, and it would be kind of bad if like we kept Fluttershy but had to get rid of Rainbow Dash, because I mean, they're in love, and they're the main plot. So, I don't know. But I would have personally liked going off and just exploring a different protagonist for a little while. You two already know about Javis and his monsters, so you know what to expect. That'll make us, that's a logical explanation. Also, apparently there's 6 main characters, and we only saw 5 of them so far. So, who's the 6th one? It's like they're called the main 6, but who's the 6th? Because we got Shy 1, Tomboy 1, Book 1, Apple 1, and Fashion 1. Who's the 6th one? I don't remember at all. That being said, I haven't exactly asked anyone else for help. I suppose we could get a 4th friend to tag along. Okay, so that's the excuse. Also, it could have been cool if you could have selected which 4th friend it would be. I guess that would be a lot of work modifying every cutscene, depending on the choice. Great, let's just spend enough time nearly getting killed on some whack adventure, because this time Twilight has a vague hunch. I thought you liked adventures, Rainbow. I do, but I like hanging out with Fluttershy more. And she definitely isn't a fan of adventures. I don't know if she can even handle Ferris. No offense, babe. Okay, look, I'm sorry that you don't get to just relax today, but there's a pretty good chance that James is up to something in Ferris, and we can't just sit around and let him get away with that. Let's see if any of our friends can come with us. Lead the way, Fluttershy. Okay, go back to the danger sign. New dialogue from Spike Man. Spike, you do get taller. Oh yeah, because he's supposed to be really small in the show, but I guess everyone's sprites have to be the same size. That's a funny joke. You noticed? Awesome. You haven't been here. Spike's been bragging about a spontaneous dragon growth spurt all day. You gotta admit, it's pretty impressive. Yeah, it's neat and all, but I think there's something more important to show Fluttershy and Rainbow. You mean the bestiary? Oh yay! Did they have funny descriptions for things? Brainwave, I think most of an egg's description was it smells like peas, and I've actually gone and rechecked the devlog, most of an egg, and it was a winner of a design and enemy contest, and the username of the person who submitted it was called P, so that was been a reference all along and I never knew. Anyway, P, thank you for making the literal best and funniest enemy idea in any video game ever. I decided it'd be a good idea to write down everything we find out about the monsters we fight. So I told Spike everything I know and he wrote it down. We also copied some info out of the encyclopedia and stuff. Yes, but I think my findings are much more substantial than what we found in the encyclopedia. If you say so. How nice. Just talk to me when you're on to hear what's in the bestiary. I'll read it to you. Yeah! What is the explanation for the super twistigoos? Oh, there's a cute graphic of him up here. Twistigoos are globs of slime that roam the Equus Islands, both on their own and in herds. Since they're made of slime, they can choose to look however they want, but they choose to look like ponies. Weird. Okay, that is funny lore at least. The normal ones can only attack by headbutting, so they're pretty harmless. If they ambush you, just hit them a few times and they'll leave you alone. Strangest part is that the wimpy things can somehow survive both here in Capitalist and over in Ferris. Maybe they're stronger than we think. I guess that's kind of the thing with slimes, are like more resilient than you think, I guess. I always had a headcanon of like, what if the slimes you fight in every dungeon are just the same slimes? Like, you beat them up and they like splash apart, but then they just come back together and like wake up the next day. And like, that'd be an interesting way of making like the concept of a weak level 1 slime make a bit more sense and have world building going on. Like, yeah, they're incredibly weak, but they're also functionally immortal forever, and that's like the trade-off. They have no good stats and anything else, but you can never permanently destroy a slime. That'd be interesting. Oh, and like the other species of Twistigoo, they're weak to ice attacks. I love the dedication to having it never stand in the right place. I don't know what's supposed to be super about these weird lumpy twists, but that's what they're called. Their appearances hide the fact that these twists are actually pretty strong. Not really, they just had a blinding attack which barely ever went off because they went down so fast. They're stronger than normal twists at least. Yeah, okay. Twistigoo! Ooh! Twist. Why didn't they call it Twister 2? Twistigoo 2s are stronger and green. They can also make you fall asleep and have a pretty good chance of dropping iron horseshoes. That's about it. Yep. Even Spike is sick of them. Corboros! Corboros! Corboros are magically attuned and aware elementals, combined of sustainable magical gems acting as the core for the jagged, piercing rock exterior. They're commonly found in rock fills and caves, and they spend pretty much all of their time digging for gems. They need gems to keep them going, kinda like me. They're pretty mysterious and nobody really knows where they came from, they're just kind of there. They are a cool, funked up, insane, badass design, apparently made by the boyfriend of the creator, and that's cool. They generally leave ponies and dragons alone unless threatened, but you three actually managed to fight one, huh? Wow. Resistant to fire since they're made of rocks, I guess Twilight must have used ice on the one you fought. Corboros also have gem-based tools growing out and they can be used as weapons. Oh, does it have the sunglasses? Because there's that one anime about the drill guy and he has the sunglasses. I think I vaguely remember getting that mixed up for another anime when I did Friend or Farewell back in the day. Oh yeah, it's literally a reference, that's a line from that anime. On the other arm is usually a blade used to cut gems, even diamonds. Man, if I had arms like I could just go up and dig up gems to eat anytime I wanted. That'd be pretty awesome. Oh, it's a cool idea having the dragons like eat gems rather than just hoard them. The monsters you three found that weird dungeon are all really freaky. Gives me the creeps just thinking about them. How do they even exist? The mobile Ferguson has the head of an excited hedgehog and 2 legs. It doesn't have a torso or arms. And somehow it's wearing pants and shoes? According to Twilight, they're not all that tough. The spines give them some added defense, but they don't have any interesting powers. Yeah, there was one question mark on the previous page, but I think we saw, like, as far as I know, I wandered into every encounter to level up with them, so maybe someone else should come back to it and find them later. Most of an egg! Most of an egg! It's an egg? Only most of one. Looks hard-boiled to me. Kinda smelled like peas. I don't get it. I think I recognise this robot from a video game. If I met one and tried to ask if it was from a game, it probably just insisted it wasn't. Original characters are very proud of their individuality. It's pretty tough thanks to its shield and buster though, and it can cast Scorch like Twilight. Did we ever actually see it do that? Honestly, a little bit of a drawback of the game is, at its early stage at least, it's so easy we never got to see most of the attack patterns of most of the enemies. Oh wait, there's another button we could, there's a second button. Hi. Oh, okay. I thought we'd get another scene! I must find all the new dialogues. Danger! 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 We triplicated the Danes! Rarity was the one who sat on a chair! It's all coming back to me. Hello, darlings, make yourself at home. No matter how many times I come in here, I'll never get used to your attendance. So does that mean Rarity is the one we picked next? That's a shame because she's the one I'm least interested in. That's just because I don't care about fashion, but like, I also don't care about cowboys or apples, but at least the cowboy apple lady wore a hat. I liked the completely unrelated version in the first generation, so at least she looks like a thing I like even if she isn't. Oh, I know, isn't it simply the best tent? Yes, the best, most luxurious tent ever built by pony kind. Rarity, do you want to go on an adventure with Twilight's ruining? I don't know if we may as well get one pony on the knot. In on the knot fun. Hey, Twilight, we already said hello. So do you want to tag along or what? As enticing as you made it sound, I'm afraid I have to decline your offer. Yeah, because it wouldn't make much sense for her to be the party member because, like, surely the cowboy person is better at fighting? I mean, like, it's physically strong. Like, it would make sense to have 2 physical strength ones and 2 magic ones. We've already got 2 magic ones. It'd be really weird if everyone on our team was magic except for Rainbow Dash. You're not afraid, are you? No, of course not. I'm not afraid of a little adventuring. But it's quite busy today. You know how it is. Fine, thanks for wasting our time in Rarity. I'm so glad we came in here to talk to you. I'm so happy that everything we've tried to do this weekend is blown up in our faces and I'm slightly cut off. I think that's intentional for the joke. You're quite welcome, Rainbow Dash. Do drop by if you need anything else. You three know you're always welcome here in my tent. Also, it's very funny that the inside of a tent just looks like a really fancy house. Rarity, what are you working on over here? We're making a new hat for Applejack. I wanted to give her something she wear all the time. Well, you know how much she likes hats. If you put a different hat on, we should change job class. Would like, here's a chef hat and her accent totally warped. What is a chef accent? I guess Gordon Ramsay, who was saying a lot of swear words. She's a big hat fan around here. The hat will hopefully be finished by the time you three come back with Applejack. It'll be a nice homecoming gift. Oh, so does Applejack change to a different hat when she's playable? Like, I'm assuming if she's the only one left, or will we meet whoever the 6th person is? Photo of Rarity and Apple. Oh, so are they dating in this universe? I didn't really get that impression, neither of them has talked like that, but maybe it's a more subtle relationship. But there's nothing but clothes in there. What if there aren't though? What if Rarity is keeping some kind of dark secret from us? Rainbow's right, Fluttershy, I only keep clothes and fabric in there. Oh, okay. I still can't believe Rarity put a fireplace in here. Like, how does that work in a tent? I know what books for it. Yeah, where is the chimney on the outside? I mean, that's the joke, but still! Wonder what books Rarity has. Mostly books on sewing and gemstones, naturally. Wait, what's that one? Southern Idioms Dictionary? Oh, so, Southern is the name of the accent that the cowboy person has, so that is one hint that they do have a close relationship. Hooray! Well, I've been using it to brush up all my Southern expressions and such. I've actually learned quite a bit from that book. For instance, do you know that howdy means the same thing as hello? Fascinating. That's actually really cute. Like, I wanna learn how to talk informal for my girlfriend. That's really adorable. You're trying to impress AJ or something? Maybe a little. For the most part, I just like to be able to have an evening out with Applejack without needing to ask her to explain every phrase she uses. Well, that studying sounds like a lot of work, though. True, but I can't exactly change the way Applejack speaks. Like, see, that's nice. Like, you usually expect this kind of snooty character to be very uppity and rude to people, but it's like, I respect that people are not like me, and that's great. Relationships take work sometimes. Also, they are already dating. I was getting the impression, like, oh, maybe they just have a crush and they haven't confessed yet because they haven't been interacting very much. But maybe it's just because, like, obviously we're not going to see them together very much because the story just hasn't gone there yet. And it seems a little studying is a small price to pay for the time I get to spend with AJ. That was very sweet, Rarity. Say something suffering. Ain't. Impressive. It was just Little Juice. There is no unique dialogue for Little Juice. Oh, we actually can't talk to Rarity again. Oh, okay. Ah! That actually spooked me a little. Oh, before you free leave, can I ask you for a favour? Of course, what is it, Rarity? I'm supposed to see Applejack today, but no one in town seems to know where she's gone. Has she vanished? Has she got into a new scary dungeon place? I'm a bit worried she might have gotten herself into trouble. You know how gung-ho she can be. Got to stay here in case she shows up on her own, but since you're free already heading out on some sort of adventure, would you mind keeping an eye out for AJ? Also inconsistent whether it's spelled just A and J or there's a dot in between. I just briefly noticed that. Maybe different characters punctuate in a different way. Would be happy to help. Yeah, we'll stop by to figure out where your girlfriend is at. So yeah, they are dating. Oh, thank you so much. I do hope AJ is alright. I don't know what I'd do if she ended up getting herself hurt. I'm sure she's perfectly fine, Rarity, but we'll try to find out what she's up to if it'll make you feel better. Okay, bye, Rarity, let's get a move on you two. So is she not in the big apple place with all the apples where she was appling? I saw there's a secret orange tree hidden somewhere in the apple screen, and I missed that before. There is! It was not lies! The internet did not fool me! That's really funny, actually. That's so subtle. Okay, is she in the clip art? Maybe Applejack's in her family's barn. Here, I know how to test this theory. Ahem. Apples! No response, she's not home. Applejack, Chapel app. The only other thing I think is that one shop that was closed earlier. Because evidently we got to find her before we go to the Ferris border, so she wouldn't be in the Ferris border. Okay, this shop, because that was somebody's sister, and the accent kind of sounded, okay, yeah, we can go in here now. That's the orange one. I remember there being an orange one. I also remember I didn't like this song. Yeah, I don't know, it's just a bit off tune. I think it's purposefully so because it's a very clunky shop, but yeah. Please don't step behind the counter. You all might interfere with a cutie mark getting if you touch anything back here. Yeah, that's what they called them cutie marks in this generation, the little butt markings there for ponies. I don't think they actually had a name for those in G1. Howdy, welcome to Cutie Mark Crusaders Sundries, the only store in Ponent. How can we help you? Hi, big sister. Yeah, you are someone's sister. Hey, Scoops. Girls, what are you doing in this house? I wonder if she's adopted or I wonder if it's just a thing in this universe that ponies come out as a random colour and it's not related to genetics. Twilight, you live right next door. And then again, it could be that Rainbow Dash's mum is blue and Rainbow Dash's dad is orange or something like that. Or they like whatever colours you mix together to get those colours. Anyway, Twilight, you live right next door. Whose house is this? Now you mention it, I don't think I've ever bothered to introduce myself to the neighbours. Figures. Rainbow, you live next door too. What's your point? This ain't no house, not anymore, it's our shop. Why are you free running a shop? Isn't this breaking all kinds of child labour laws? Okay, we're just trying to get a shopkeeping cutie mark. Oh, so is it like in the brownies you get badges for your sash? Of course. Yes, it would seem that we have succumbed to the evils of capitalism and are now chained to the ebb and flow of the free market. Scoots, what the heck just came out of your mouth hole? I've been reading a big book about ergonomics that Twilight gave me. Isn't ergonomics like ergonomic chair and like ergonomic socks? Isn't that like something about bones? Maybe I'm the one who's wrong. Oh no, is that what I gave you? I thought I gave you a Prancy Drew novel. I don't understand all the big words, but it sounds really negative, so I look smart when I talk at the book. Scootaloo, what have I told you about reading? I only read books that can be described as radical or awesome. I don't know, Rainbow, some of the books in the economics... it was a joke. The economics books sound pretty radical to me. You and I both know I meant the kind of radical that can be used to describe skateboarding or Fluttershy. Aww. Aww! Well, who is the one who's very close to the camera? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you Freddy Fazbearing? Oh, sorry, Sweetie Belle. Okay, Sweetie Belle. You don't seem very sweet. So if you want to buy anything, we've got all kinds of useful adventure-y stuff. Alright, this is a store, silly us. What are you selling? I have some clothes and armour. I got all sorts of things that you might need if you're going on an adventure, like potions from Sakura. She's the zebra one, I've heard about that. There was also some kind of discussion about there being racism in this series of My Little Pony. I don't know if it's true or not, but that was another thing I vaguely picked up from hearing people blabbering on in the fandom back in those days. I have no clue. There's apparently someone who's a zebra and there's someone who's a buffalo. And I don't know if they're good or bad. And I've got a bunch of weapons. Whoa, hold up, you three. I thought you have weapons, you're like 9. Don't be a narc. I always thought narc was spelled with a C. Atta girl. Just talk to one of us when you're ready to buy something. Okay, so you are the sibling of the person who does the apples with the hat. See, I keep forgetting her name as Applejack, because Applejack in my mind is the first character in the first season. The different Applejack, Hat Applejack, Hattlejack. You're related to her because you have similar accents, right? Oh, and does that mean the last one's related to Rarity because she also, like, kind of looks fancy? Okay. Training montage band. See, I don't know what luck does in this game. That's always a problem in every RPG, is luck always means a different thing in every RPG, so I don't know if I should be going for the one which adds to luck, but like, for now I'll just give everyone the one that has the most defense. Let's put one of those on all of them. Oh, they're all different slots, so I can't equip more of them. I, for some reason, thought it was just like, I didn't pay attention to when I was looking at it before. So I may as well just try and get one of everything I can afford. I just bought 3 of those, but can she not equip it? Do only certain classes get them? Yeah, okay, there's an extra one, so I didn't realise that Twilight can't equip that. Whoopsie doopsie. I want to check the other 2 shops. Nah, it's just items. You have to promise to only use these weapons for good. I cannot promise. But, yeah, also it does show on the side who can and can't equip things. Okay, so 2 of these. And 1 of these. Oh, did we already have one of these from the previous dungeon? I don't remember everything we did last time. Oh, yep. Oh, wow. Okay, we'll sell all the spare stuff we've got and try and buy more. Less of an egg. Not quite as much of an egg as most of an egg. Okay, so that would be kind of useless for Twilight because she's not an attack person. It does give better defense, like, oh, but this also gives like, a little bit less defense, but it also just gives to all the stats she actually uses, so let's go with that. And then I think everyone can wear pants. Okay, 2 more pants. Here we go. Everyone all decked out. I think we've got enough items for next one. I don't know how much we'll need for the next dungeon, but we always come back here if we need to. Oh, new people appeared. I like this colour scheme for this green little pony. Are these OCs or are these people from the show? I don't know. Daddy, can I buy a weapon from the shop in our house? they stole their house? I'm telling you, there's nothing we can do. If they were adults, I could just arrest them for breaking and entering. The kids are above the law. Oh no! I can't believe this. Also, is this a gay couple? Because they kind of look differently faced than all the girl ones. I think that was a thing in G1 My Little Ponies. It was very weird with gender dynamics in that show. The majority of all ponies were female, and there was just a very small amount of male horses who apparently were constantly racing around the world to every different country. And like, I guess the idea is like only like for one day of the year can the males and the females actually meet and I guess mate and make more horses. It was strange. I didn't like that law. One thing I've seen apparently in FIM, they just have boy and girl horses and it's normal. But the boys have really big snouts. In G1 instead, the boys had fluffy feet like, oh, Shire horses, that's the one. Is Applejack in the well? Look, Rainbow, it's a wishing well. Should we toss in a couple of coins and make wishes? Yes. What do you wish for? Well, I want to wish to have the best girlfriend in the whole world, but that wish already came true. Yay. Aw. Sometimes I just cannot believe the absurd things you two say to each other with the utmost sincerity. So since I couldn't wish for that, I just went with my second best choice and wished for world peace. That's a pretty good one. What do you wish for, Dashi? Yeah, Dashi, let's hear this one. I wish to be a rad cyborg in the future and do rad futuristic cyborg stuff. I'm sure absolutely nothing would go wrong in that situation, just be really chill and awesome. Cool! I also wish my wicked cyborg life to be chronicled in comic form at metropolis.tumblr.com. Okay, so this is a reference presumably to a sci-fi fan comic of this series. Cool! Not my kind of thing, I probably won't look at it. Like a 2-for-1 wish package, you know? Again, that URL was... Okay, I like it. That's a funny way of handling a really absurd reference. Can I escape? You know, you're not supposed to say what you wished for. Shut up, Twilight. Because there wasn't the other shop or place that was closed. Yes! Oh, that's the one I always forget, the one who likes the parties. Because someone made a rude fan fiction about you murdering everyone. That's all I know about Pinkie Pie, is apparently there was like a period of time where people do edgelord reverse Pinkie Pie, which is actually evil and not cute. But it's not my kind of character, she's like the comic relief one, I guess. Hi, welcome to... Oh, it's Twilight. Hi, honey. Okay, so is she dating... Does everyone in the group is paired up with another one in the group? It's like... Okay, that's interesting. I thought it was just going to be about the two main characters being in the co-op. I guess everybody else in the cast does. I have no idea if any of these ships are canon or anything, but cool. Hi, Pinky. Oh, I see you brought Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash for you too. What brings you free here? I guess it's one of those, what you call opposites attract ships, where it's like, oh, here's the snooty, booky, trickster, fiendish one, and here's the very bubbly and cute, innocent one. You're just going on a little adventure. Saving Applejack's life and possibly the world. No big deal, you know. Achievements sound like fun. I wish I could come with you, but I have to run this place. You know how it is. I vaguely recall there being a pig in the final version of the game, which I saw in the preview. There's some kind of pig who has floofy hair like you, and this personality is reminding me of the pig. It was someone, a pig running a diner or something. I just briefly saw the pig, and we've made this new NPC for the game, here's the designs for her and stuff, and I'm vaguely getting the idea. Call this out here, when I get to the final game, if I've called this prediction, congratulate myself in the past. Achievement sounds like fun. I wish I could come with you, but I have to run this place. You know how it is. Also, I feel like the amount of screen time is really disparate so far for all these characters. Like, Applejack and Twilight, we could already see them before we even started the first dungeon, and this person is only now here and has got the least of all of it. So maybe it's like, is this the order of the characters that the creator liked the most, or is it just a total coincidence? Pinky, I don't remember you ever running the inn. I thought the Cakes owned this place. Actually, I just started today. Mr. and Mrs. Cake. I was going to say, what is the Cake? So, literally, people named Cake, I guess, ran... They don't run a bakery, they run an inn. What a missed opportunity. Mr. and Mrs. Cake decided to let me run it when the old manager quit. They said I was a great baker and even... Okay, so it's a bakery inn. Okay, that's fancy. And an even better host, so they decided I was perfect for the job. And I guess he ends every sentence with emojis? Well, it's not just a regular old inn anymore. It's Pinkie Pie's bed and breakfast and dessert. Actually, now that you mention, I could really use some sleep before this adventure. Could you use some dessert? Oh no, Twilight, do you stay up all night doing research again? Question mark mouth? How do you do that? Maybe. I thought you said you wouldn't do that anymore. Skipping sleep is really bad for you. You know what? You can stay for free. Oh, you're nice. Just don't tell my bosses about it. Thanks, Pinky. No problem, sugar. Or is he just a person who always compliments everyone like that? Just tell her when it's sleepy time. We're right here until like... Yeah, because she was sounding all complimentary and sweet to Twilight, but Twilight didn't seem to be responding as if this was a girlfriend. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just really bad at detecting it when it's more subtle. Just tell me when it's sleepy time. We're right here until then. I don't think we should really take a nap before we found out if Applejack is alive. So I guess she must have gone to the Ferris border, but why would she do that if she didn't know about all of this? Oh look, oh maybe Javis like kidnapped her or something. Oh look, cupcakes, are these for sale, Pinky? Wait, don't open. Yeah. Bad Cupcake appears! Is this gonna be like a super hard actual boss fight or is it just a joke? I will go into this presuming that it's actually gonna be a genuine fight. Okay, would fire be effective on a bad cupcake? Like, is it bad because it's burnt and therefore it's resistant to more fire? Or is it like, can we just overcook it and it'll die? I'm gonna try. Yeah, okay. So it's an undercooked cupcake. Also, we didn't need to use onions if it's actually not very strong. Oh, this must be the extra entry that we had for a missing thing in the beast area. That's fun. Yay! This game is so good at like random secret content. Pinky, what the heck was that? I'm really sorry, girls. I just wanted to make extra special cupcakes for my extra special friends, but it turned out not so great. It's okay, Pinky. That's all that counts for, right? We could have died? Oh, come on. How many times are you going to play the We Could Have Died card this weekend, Rainbow? As many times as the times that we could have died. I need to make it up to you somehow. Do you want me to make you something else? I'll get in trouble if I give it to you for free, but I can at least give you a discount. Okay, so you give me another shop. That sounds nice. Okay, great. Just ask and I'll whip up something. Sorry, you can't raid the fridge, so get in trouble. Apples. Oh, missed opportunity to have everyone echo apples. It'd be really funny if there's like multiple different signs you can do that on. What not Pinky keeps on these bookshelves? Mostly cookbooks and some business records for the B&B and D. Oh, and some fun stuff. Whoa, there's a sketchbook here. Is this yours, Pinky? Oh, is she an artist? Yep, when there aren't any customers around, I like to doodle in that. Mind if we take a look? Go ahead, Twilight. You know I don't like to keep secrets from you. Unless I promise to keep a secret for a friend. Ooh, or if it's a secret surprise party. Oh, so they are in love! Yay! Book. Idea? Zoom? Zoom! Big book! It present. Yay, happy love. Love. The end. Try to really roll around a giant book. Yes, it's an autobiography of Rainbow Dash. She did, that was a fun day. It was? Okay. And Twilight thought our personal life was weird. No, babe was still weirder. Well, that's cute. It's sleepy time, it's baking time. Ask about Applejack, ask about that book. Where is our friend? Is she dead? Pinky, ever seen Applejack recently? Like, yeah, that's not very intuitive that she's up at the Ferris border. It seemed like it was saying we had to go find where she was before we could go to the Ferris border, which is where we were going anyway. I sure have. Earlier she dropped off a bushel of apples for me to bake with, and she headed back home. Oh yeah, but a little while later I saw her running east, so it is. Okay. What's to the east? Yeah, that's kind of strange, like, to have 2 quests in a row tell you have to go to the Ferris border, but one doesn't. It's like, we were already going there, but we had to go recruit one party member before, and then, where do we recruit that party member? There. So, we could have just already gone there. A cliff. And also the road to the Ferris border. Oh dear. Why are you free looking for Applejack? Rarity's worried Applejack got into some kind of trouble, so she asked us to look for her. Oh no, I hope Applejack's okay. Rarity's probably all worked up for nothing, you know how she is. I don't know, Ferris is pretty dangerous. Almost like it's a JRPG world of some kind, and there may be slimes. But AJ is probably the toughest. Yeah, she doesn't put the dots in between AJ. Maybe that's just because she doesn't do punctuation in general. AJ is probably the toughest pony we know. Besides yours truly, of course. Okay, well, actually, she does do punctuation, she does do capital letters at the start, but, like, nothing else. Does the capital letters count as punctuation, or just, like, a general grammatical rule? Anyway, thanks for the tip, Pink. Thanks for the tip, Pink. We'll head into Ferris when we leave. No problem, cutie patootie. I didn't mean to click... I wanted to click the shop. I forgot the order they were in. Oh, let's go over here. Okay. Can we go in here and see stuff? Eat a bed. Can't interact with it anyway, but yay. Can we go to the other ones? Are they also a bed? They are indeed also a bed. Is one of these going to have a secret hidden something else in there? Yeah! Whoever this orange person is. I thought it was a statue for a second. Hi, do you like bees? Of course, love all animals unconditionally. Do you know that a honeybee's wings flap 11,400 times per minute? Cool. They're like the cheetahs of the bee world. Do you know what honeybees are the only insect that produce food that ponies eat? Do you know what bees communicate by dancing? I didn't know that one. I know, it's so adorable. I wish more ponies would appreciate how fascinating bees are. So we kind of have an Applejack to save. Alright, sorry, I've got to go. Okay, cool. So this was just the Bee Facts Easter egg person. Hooray. I wonder if that's just like someone on the development team really liked bees and just wanted to be a pony who talks about bees. Oh, so yeah, I think everyone who has a picture like this must be a couple. Oh, look at this. Pinky put up a picture of her and Twilight. You look so happy together. Yeah, thanks, I guess. Wow, Twilight, you get all flustered when anyone mentions you and Pinky being together, don't you? Okay, so she's just very shy about it. I do not. Okay, fine, I'll change the subject. Psst, hey, Twilight, guess what? What? Pinkie Pie. Sweats. Oh, no, actually, he actually added the portrait for that one. I think I've vaguely seen you. Are you one of those popular fan couples? I know there was a green person and there was someone who had a violin. Lyra! So it was a lyre, not a violin. Someone who had some kind of instrument was dating a green person that was popular for some reason. I've no idea who they are or what episode they're in or anything. Lyra's insisting upon calling us a romantic vacation even though we're only half a mile from home. Oh, so is the green one the lyre one? So is it like a violin and a lyre person? Like 2 musical instrument people? I could have sworn there was some kind of violin involved. What a romantic vacation. Look, we got a big suite and everything. Neat. And this is just a big empty room with many other things. Maybe some of the ones that were empty will fill up with different ponies later on. Okay, now can we use a shop? Oh, it's just like better versions of a... Oh, I was going to say, is it just better versions of healing items? They do other stuff. So, this one deals damage, but you also take damage yourself. And that's a bit unclear in the description. Does that mean it damages all enemies and all allies, or only damages you, but also all enemies? I wouldn't want to risk that. Oh, a heal for everyone in the party. Okay, I'll get one of these. I'll stick up on one of these for later. That's worthwhile. Oh, there was one more we missed. Twilight, look. I'm reading the book you suggested while we're waiting for customers to show up. That's great, Pinky. You enjoying it? Yeah, it's really cool. I think I might be close to figuring something out because of it. Do you figure out, like, spells? Do you help us get new spells or something? What book is that, Pinky? Oh, it's Unlocking the Secrets of Your Mind. Oh, she got telepathy? Say what? It's a self-help book about training yourself to use more of your mental power at any given time to do all sorts of neato things. Twilight, you calling your girlfriend dumb? Oh no, not at all, you're very bright, dear. Thanks, Twilight. Talk about unlocking the magical abilities that might be stored deep within Pinky's subconscious, but she isn't a unicorn. Like, wasn't that the rule that only the unicorns can use magic and the Pegasus can fly in? I always found like a bit of a bum deal. Like, why does it work that way in every generation of MLP? It's like, yeah, you could be a unicorn, you get these powers. You could be a Pegasus and you get these powers. Or you could be a regular Earth pony and you don't have any powers. I wonder if they changed that in FIM. Like, did they give a new power to them? Because it always did feel unbalanced. Like, I mean, I suppose it's realistic to real life. Some people are just born and they are like more disabled than other people. They don't have as many abilities. But like, they never really used that as a metaphor in any way. It was just kind of, yeah, for some reason the Earth ponies are like the majority of the main characters used to be the Earth ponies in early generations, and it's like, but why? They're the ones who are by definition worse at everything. In terms of like going on an adventure and fighting things, you've got someone who doesn't have any powers. They didn't even go like, oh, they're more physically strong, but the guys who have magic are weak or something. It was just, yeah, but it's just a guy with magic and a guy with nothing, and it's a bit weird. Anyway. And it's like, it's a name, like, whoever name, why didn't they just give them, like, Earth magic powers? Like, say, like, unicorns have one type of magic, Earth ponies have another type of magic, Pegasi have flying magic. There you go. Anyway, Twilight, Pinky, oh, okay, so it's on purpose. Alright, I should just wait for the next slide. But Twilight, Pinky isn't a unicorn, so how could she? All ponies have at least a little magic in them, Fluttershy. How do you think Pegasi can walk on clouds? Okay, so is this canon to this series that they fix this plot hole, or is this just part of the fanfic stuff? I suppose it makes sense. Or just allow ponies to focus the mind's magic and perform various tasks with it. But I'm pretty sure Pinky's a special case. I mean, for starters, she can predict the future with that Pinky sense of hers. That's presumably a reference to something canon in the show. I don't know, so she does have telepathy? So I gave Pinky... prophecy, I guess? So I gave Pinky this book to read so we can see if she has any other types of magic in there. That sounds hecka dangerous. I'm just trying to help Pinky be the best Pinky she can possibly be, isn't that right, dear? And then the world exploded. Yep, it's a lot of fun. If I could figure out how to do magic, then Twilight and I could have another thing to do together, and that'd be really fun. Oh, wholesome. Wingers crossed. Oh, that's really funny. I love that as an idiom. Yeah, that's another thing. Apparently in this show they made a lot of funny idioms of like pony versions of it. I just know I'm saying every pony instead of everybody. What in the name of God just tumbled out of your mouth hole this time, Twilight? Good luck, Pinky. Okay, so that's all we can do here, so yeah, back to the border. Bye, Twi, have fun in your adventure, hope I see you again soon. So, back to where we were before, but now a thing will happen. Oh, there's more default guard people. Like, lots of different ones with all the armors. But you probably couldn't tell if they were a Pegasi or a normal one with all the armor on. Are there usually this many guards here? I doubt it, nobody ever crosses the border, and it's just this one gate. Oh, did Applejack break for the border? Or how does that, why was she at the border? Yeah, I wonder if there's anything to do with after, but she didn't know we went in that adventure. She didn't know it was a guy threatening the world. Oh, hey, Twilight, look at this. Unless she also has telepathy. Apple telepathy! The white guy, is he important? Twilight, he has a portrait, so evidently he is. What's your brother doing? Okay, so I guess ponies don't look anything like their relatives then. Or maybe adoption is just really common in the pony world. Shining armor! Is that his name? Okay. Also, it's so inconsistent how some ponies have names that are 2 words and some only have 1. Some ponies have names which sound like names and some ponies have names which are like titles. Hey, that's a problem that's always been here since G1. What's up, sis? Should be asking you that. What's up with all the guards? And aren't you supposed to be at the capital? Oh right, the guards. There's been increased monster activity, so my squad is reassigned from Horsington, DC to the border. I don't think that's canon. Monsters? Yeah, weird-looking monsters from Ferris somehow crossed the border without anyone noticing. So is Davis recruiting more people from his army from the natural monsters of this other country place? Can't believe they got in. I mean, we have this big wall and everything. Look how big it is. It's huge. And yeah, this game was made before all the Trump builds a wall things happened, so it's not a reference. Yeah, I've seen bigger. Anyway, the guard who was on duty at the time said that she saw some monsters get chased to Ferris by a pony named Applejack. Don't you three know her? Yeah, actually, her girlfriend sent us to look for her. Do you have any info that could help us out here? She is Apple, she is Jack, she wears a hat. Sorry, we're just in the dark as you are. Dang, I guess we'll just keep investigating. Does your investigation mainly involve having your guards wander around aimlessly on the capitalist side of the wall instead of going into Ferris and looking for her? Aimless wandering is standard procedure. Okay, well, keep up the good work. If you need us, we'll be in Ferris. Whoa, hold up, Twilight. Is she serious? You really think you're going to Ferris? Also, Does that mean her brother is a cop? He does kind of look like the colours of American police cars. Oh yeah, one of our best friends is missing. What else are we supposed to do? Sorry, but the border's closed. There are a bunch of monsters on the loose, remember? Even I'm scared of going over there, and I'm tough. Nothing free girls like us can't handle the power of friendship on our side. I do all the magic, flashlight patches up if we get hurt, and Rainbow kicks things. I'm also fast. We're the perfect team. We can make it if we all stick together. We won't give up, not ever, and everything's gonna be alright. That's probably a lyric from something. Twilight, you can't solve all your problems with an inspirational speech about friendship. Says you. Yes, says me. I said that. Look, don't make me assert my princess privilege. I just make a royal decree to open the border if you won't cooperate. Yeah, how come she's a princess and he's not? I never really got that. Like, she became a princess and she wasn't before, and she got wings she didn't have before. I guess it's just some kind of magical thing in this universe. You find a magical object that makes you a princess, or you pass a test and you become a princess or something. Hey, I'm royalty too. Okay, so he is? No, but he's not. He's royalty by marriage, but not like... So did she become a princess when he married the princess? And she's the second princess now? Or is it totally unrelated? I married Cadence, that makes me a prince, right? I think that's how it works. Maybe I'm like a lord or something. I should ask Cadence about this. Okay, so even the characters don't know. Shiny, tell me something. How many times have we saved Cavaliers on our own? You know, stopping monsters, beating villains, preventing disasters, this sort of thing? I don't know because I haven't seen the show. I lost count after the first 8 times. Exactly, now let us through. Okay, fine, I'll let you through. Thank you. You're free, go look for your friend. We'll keep investigating here. Border is a lot less interesting than I imagined. Okay, which one of these was the guard we already talked to before? I don't think I'd recognise him because I didn't pay attention. I'm a guard. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, but the treasure chest has changed again. Oh, that graffiti says I love Cadence. So I guess the shining armor guy did that? Or does somebody else want to steal his wife? I'm guarding these trees. Please don't distract me. Oh, sorry. I think you're the one who's in the break room because you had a noticeably different design. I already told him everything I saw, but this rookie just won't leave me alone. Oh, so yes, you're the one who's already his. Oh, so the ones in yellow armor and the new ones, the ones in white armor are the ones that are already there. My shift ended 5 hours ago. Today sucks. I just want to go home. Whine, complain. Must be something he isn't telling me. I bet this guy's a monster in disguise or something. Oh man, shining armor's totally gonna give me a promotion when I unmask the Ferucian spy. Ferucian is a cool sounding word. Yeah, are you a nice one before? Can't believe I wasn't on duty when the monsters crossed the border. That was the first interesting thing to happen here in years. Now the Royal Guards are here, so I'm just trying to stay out of their way. Aw, I thought it was like, oh, now things are interesting and my life is better now, but oh no, they're being not so nice. I hope something interesting happens that is also a good thing to you soon. I am attached to you, you're very nice. No. Okay? I tried my best and it's all that matters. These apples are mighty suspicious. There are only 2 beds in the barracks, so it's like a sleeping arrangement. They're going to be interesting, seriously. We're just stacking on top of each other like Tetris blocks. Or you can sleep in the apples. Okay, there's no way to get back up there and see the rest of the guys. So that's interesting to have a bunch of NPCs pathfinding them and moving around there, even though you can't actually reach them. That's a good bit of attention to environmental design. Now dungeon, presumably. Hello dungeon. Oh, hello, more bigger overworlder place. Wherefore are we go on which? Okay, nothing interesting here. I guess there's only one path to go down here. Can we go around here? Oh, we can go around here, but there's nothing here. Oh, I thought it'd be a secret. Oh, there's a little Mount Fuji. Hello, little Mount Fuji. It was nice to see you. Okay, so we go here. Yeah, I did remember the name of the area. Oh, and this one is the one that had the fancy trees. There's, again, that little tiling area on the trees. I guess that's common. And more flowers in our ship colours. I don't like you as a boring enemy design. That's so far the first ordinary, normal-looking enemy. Let's just hit for 1 turn, see if we've got any strongness in you. Okay, you deal more damage, but we've also got a lot more HP now, so it's not that much, actually. When are we going to start getting the hard enemies? I mean, Corvus was a hard boss, but it's strange to then go back to the regular enemies being really weak. Oh, now we've leveled up so they're going to be even weaker. Hey, I knew not to come here for good complex gameplay design. Oh, there's a dragon one. Okay, what's different about these? It literally is. The first one actually looked like what it is on the actual environment. I like that. That's a fun design for a wyvern. And a flaming pine cone. Okay, are you going to be the tough things? Are we now getting the tough things? because presumably you're, like, I need to put ice on you. That's slightly more! Oh, we can go down really easy. So, okay, 1 degree of difficulty the Pine Corona can deal a little bit if you don't take it down super fast. Yeah. Oh no, it was you dealing the more damage, okay. We're slightly better, thank you. Slightly better here. I wonder when we get to a battle which takes 3 turns. That would be amazing. Okay, so where do we go from here? Let's try and go down the leftmost path first. And does orange mean a slightly stronger? Like, I don't get why some of them are orange and some of them are red, and there seems to be no conceivable difference. Like, this isn't a very good or strong configuration, but like, a battle with only the bat was red, so if red means it's stronger, then that wouldn't make sense, but if red means it's weaker, that also wouldn't make sense, because we clearly went to another one that was also red, but it had the wyvern and the stronger enemy in it, so I don't get it. Maybe that's a joke, it's just totally random colours for no reason, and like you're meant to think it means something but it doesn't. Anyway, they actually got rainbow down closer than low HP because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, okay, that was a really big critical, holy shit. Is it like red ponies are weaker than red dragons? Oh, Misty Spectre, okay. That looks like a different resolution. You're really big compared to the other one. So I would think that a Misty Spectre would probably be aligned with the water element, so I should like... So we don't know if it's effective on water so far, so I would assume that probably both our magics are not good at you, because like, frost against something water wouldn't be good, fire against something water wouldn't be good. I'll put you to sleep, I guess. May as well do something. Oh, it can cast ice, okay. But it's still doing the same amount as regular hits were doing to us. So I guess everything in this forest, except the bat, can deal around 60 to 70 damage. That's neat. Yeah, Rainbow Dash is definitely, her HP is going down faster than everybody else. So we can get like a better defense equipment later on, we'll put that on her. It's not challenging, but it's definitely decently more engaging. If you get 2 of the ones that can deal 70 or so, you have to heal every other turn. And what is here down the leftmost path? It is Pine Cone. It'll probably be easy to take us out when it's just one of them. Yep, there we go. Not even 1 bit of damage. I will just keep lefting and lefting and lefting away. Like, just the first time I see an enemy, I'll show the new enemy, and then like if the battles are a bit boring, I'll cut them all out. Okay, so that was the correct way to go through to get out. I didn't want that, I want to actually explore the dungeon. So, we know now going left all the time just takes you out. Okay. Should I even be bothering trying to defeat every enemy? Because I mean, I don't know if we really need to grind, because it's not challenging yet. But maybe the next boss will be challenged. Oh cool, it can raise its dodging potential, and then, it's a shame that happened when it was so close to dying anyway. That would have been interesting if it happened at the start of the fight. Damn, we just keep getting unlucky and succeeding too much. I really fucking adore the pixel art on that rock, that's so geometric, like holy hell. Okay, now we'll go right everywhere. Oh, an orb! Oh, and it's not an orb. I guess there's just no correlation whatsoever between graphic and enemy. See, that was funny when it was an intentional joke in the first dungeon where everyone was default sprites. It's not so much fun when you're in an actual area where you could benefit from useful sprites. So it's just over there. Just over there. Oh, I just realised, what if we have to recruit the apple cowboy person to get past those little things like we need a rope to cross because she might have a lasso? I don't know why I keep saying person, obviously the girl, all the main characters are girls. I think it's because it's called a cowboy and she's a girl, my mind is getting mixed up. Wait, do they call it cowgirl if it's a girl who's a cowboy, or do they just still say cowboy? I actually don't know anything about cowboys, except they ride horses. I don't know where the word cow comes from in it. Presumably they did something involved with cows. I just know it's an old Western America thing, and they have lassos and they ride a horse and they wear a hat. And apparently they have an accent. Yeah, that's probably one we'll need an Apple person to go by. Saddle. Okay, is that new equipment? Presumably, of course, it's got to be. Okay, that's higher defense. So rainbow, where the saddle? The haddle? What the hell am I on about? What the haddle am I on about? Yellow person, are you a new? You are not a new. Also, I've just realised this means we don't get Applejack until the end of the second. That's really strange, sidelighting your one final party member for so long. She's gonna be coming in with like no context of anything that's happened. She's gonna be the only one who hasn't seen JV shit. It just seems strange. Like, I really feel it should have been like 2 of the characters go for the first mission, then the 3rd one for the 2nd mission, then the 4th one for the next. It wouldn't feel so out of place if it wasn't everyone except one person at the first dungeon. It just feels like you're leaving them out. Oh, hello, over 10. That one's real! Babsmod. Okay, are you a friend of the other people's? Hey, welcome to Babsmod. You look really similar, but like a darker colour scheme. Aren't you Applejack's cousin? Okay, so are all the Applejack people are the orange? No, one of them was yellow. What in the world are you doing in Ferris? Selling your stuff, duh. All you gotta know is this. I got some great stuff here, and if you got some diamonds, well, maybe I can part with some of it. Okay, can I sell the big diamond that got a key item? And this stuff I'm talking about, totally exclusive. Can't get anywhere else. Trust me, this is some real primo equipment. You're not gonna want to pass this up. It's better be some really rad equipment if we have to pay in diamonds. Believe me, it is. But see, I need you to know you're serious about your investments. And don't sell to just anyone, you know. Well, you come back when you have at least 3 massive diamonds to trade. I think I'll prove you ready to mess with. Okay, so are the other massive diamonds really get them from like optional bosses or something, or is this just after you've beaten 3 dungeons you can open up the shop? Because presumably they must all also come with bosses, right? Okie dokie, back we go. There we go. And I think that's all we've explored. What if one of these games where if you Guardian will store MP? That's the first time I've almost run out of MP. I mean, I just have the items anyway. I almost left without opening the treasure chest. Anti-negativity helmet. Oh, cool. So that's definitely worth it. That's got to be some kind of cool new equipment. Super rad helmet deflects negativity, bad vibes, and player haters, allowing you to hone your special abilities. Okay, so that boosts magic, so I'll give that to Twilight, because she also needs defense. Okay, so she can't... And that's really weird. She can't, but she's a magic. Does it mean we're going to be actually getting another magic person? Because, like, Flush, I can't use any attack magic. By boosting magic, does it mean also boosts, like... does healing come from our magic ability? Like, or will Flush I get an offensive move later? Anyway, back to the leftward path. I was gonna say, oh, maybe I won't finish the first dungeon, but like, this is technically the second dungeon. I think we're going through to get to another place in Ferris, we'll have to do another thing there, but like, this is a dungeon, so it's a surprisingly short dungeon. I guess it's more of a pathway, an intersection? The corridor forest. Actually, let's just try using magic and let's find out what it is with me. I would guess that it's resistant to both of these, but let's see anyway. Okay, it's regular to fire. That's weird. You would think like fire wouldn't do much to mist because like mist is made by boiling water, so it wouldn't just make more mist. Like, let's try anyway, let's find out. Presumably it's going to be totally resistant to ice because it uses ice. Well, it's kind of weird. It's very clearly a water elemental, but there is no water, it's just ice. Yeah. Okay, half of my guess was correct. Yeah, okay, next place we go from here is going to be another dungeon. I gotta say, the Uncanny Valley wasn't very memorable except for the name. Yeah, this is the one I remembered being the second dungeon. I was like, there's a desert, there's a mummy, and there's some kind of orange and purple puzzle. So yeah, we truly did just have a diversion of a dungeon before a second other dungeon. That was strange. What is this place? I've never been here before. Was it just like we have to have a forest dungeon at some point in the game and let's kind of squish it in?